The new MELFFY support got announced and I'm so excited. As always, we'll first go over the new cards, then I'll show you some combos, and then I'll give you the example deck list. Without further ado, let's get into the card by card. First of all, we have probably the most powerful MELFFY ever, MELFFY Wallaby. A level 2 Earth Beast effect monster with 0 attack and 400 defense. And the following effect. You can only use first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If your opponent normals or special summons a monster, or if this card is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can return this card to the hand. Then you can special summon 2 MELFFY monsters with different names from each other from your deck except MELFFY Wallaby. And second, during the end phase you can special summon this card from your hand. This feels so good to say, but we finally have another good MELFFY apart from Catty and Puppy. And even better, if you have Wallaby, you can special summon both the Catty and the Puppy on the same turn and their effects are not negated. This could mean that you might want to consider even playing MELFFY Fanny. Because if you already have a Catty on the field, you can just bounce back the Catty, then use its effect to search any beast and then use Fanny to special summon it. But even if not, the extra consistency that this card gives the deck is amazing, and the MELFFY engine in other decks is looking even better right now. Next up we have MELFFY Sealy, a level 2 water beast tuner effect monster with 300 attack and 100 defense. Its effect reads: you can only use first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First, if a face-up beast monster you control other than MELFFY Sealy was returned to the hand this turn, quick effect. You can special summon this card from your hand, then immediately after this effect resolves you can synchro summon using only this card and MELFFY monsters in your hand as material. And second, during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one beast Xyz monster you control, attach this card to it as material. This card is so good on so many levels. First of all, if you only have Catty, you can bounce it to search Sealy, and then at any point that you would like, you can just synchro summon for a Herald of the Arclight. Alternatively, if you're playing MELFFY Rabby, you can also synchro summon a Metaphys Horus. Because you would use probably a non-effect monster and an effect monster as material, you would get one monster negate and it would be unaffected for the rest of the turn. Or yet another alternative is synchro summoning Vulcan the Divine on your opponent's turn and then getting a bounce effect. The only sad thing about this card is that it's not Earth. This means that you unfortunately cannot synchro summon an Aturia Barkion with it. But then again, this card gives you so much utility in the deck and it also attaches itself to an Xyz you control. And yet another synchro monster you can summon with it is Cheerful MELFFY, a level 4 Earth Beast synchro effect monster with 1500 attack and 1000 defense. It requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters and it has the following effect. You can only use first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First, if this card is special summoned, you can target one face-up monster on the field, return it to the hand. And second, if your opponent normals or special summons a monster or monsters, or if this card is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can return this card to the extra deck, then you can special summon one MELFFY Xyz monster from your extra deck. So not only is it a quick disruption, but it also tags out into MELFFY of the Forest, which is another quick disruption. You can also summon whichever other MELFFY you prefer, because if you use Sealy to synchro summon this card, the Sealy will attach itself onto the Xyz in the end phase. But even if you just attach it to MELFFY of the Forest, you can detach it to search their final new support card. MELFFY Staring Contest, a continuous spell with the following effect. You can only use first effect of this card's name once per turn. First, you can reveal one beast monster from your hand, add from your deck or graveyard to your hand one MELFFY monster with a different name from the revealed monsters, and if you do, place the revealed monster on the bottom of the deck. Second, at the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can activate this effect. Any number of MELFFY monsters in your hand become revealed during this battle phase. And third, monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to the combined attack and defense of all monsters currently revealed by this card's second effect. And finally, we have a card that can shuffle a Brick Kalantosa into the deck. I mean, sure, you could have always used Fanny to special summon it out of your hand, but nobody was doing that. And the second effect of revealing MELFFYs to stare down your opponent's monsters from the hand is that just the most adorable thing in the world. They run away from them and then they just stare at them menacingly. Now, as I was alluding to this before, you might actually seriously want to consider running MELFFY Rabby now. He has 2100 defense and that's a pretty nifty reduction of attack points. The main reason you would want to play this card is just basically to unbreak your hand and search MELFFYs. The new support is amazing and I just can't wait to get into the combos, so let's do that! Now for this combo you'll only need Rescue Rabbit, and let's count the number of disruptions together. So we'll normal summon the Rescue Rabbit, we'll use the Rescue Rabbit effect, and yep, it gets banished, and we'll special summon double Rabby from the deck. With these two we can overlay and go for MELFFY of the Forest, and then using the effect of MELFFY of the Forest we can detach to search for MELFFY Wallaby. Then we'll go to the end phase and special summon the Wallaby, and let's see what happens. So our opponent will summon a monster. We'll use the effect of Wallaby here, and we'll bounce it back, and then we can use the effect of MELFFY of the Forest to negate one of their monster effects. So that's one. One disruption down, we'll special summon Puppy and the Catty. Next, we can, let's say, use the effect of Puppy here when they summon another monster, and we'll special summon a Calantosa. Calantosa will destroy one of their cards, so that's two disruptions. Next, when they summon a monster, we can use the effect of Catty here, and we'll search for a Hoppier Squadron. Then at any point, we can use the effect of Hoppier, targeting the Calantosa, and we can synchro summon into their Cheerful MELFFYs. Now we can use the effect of Cheerful MELFFYs in order to bounce one of their cards, so that's another disruption. I already lost count here. And then we'll, at any point when they summon a monster, use the effect of Cheerful MELFFYs, bounce it back into the extra deck to go into a Joyous MELFFYs. Then we can use the effect of Joyous MELFFYs, targeting MELFFYs of the Forest. It goes to the extra deck, and we can special summon a Calantosa from the graveyard yet again, and then we can destroy another card with Calantosa. So that's however many disruptions that is, plus we are ending with Catty, Wallaby and Puppy in hand. Moving on to the next one. Now that you've seen what Rescue Rabbit can do, let's see what Rescue Cat can do. In this instance, we'll need Rescue Cat and another Tri-type Beast, Beast Warrior or Winged Beast, represented by Rabby here, and another random card in the hand. So we'll normal summon the Rescue Cat, and then using the effect of Rescue Cat, we can special summon Wallaby and Kit. Next, we will overlay these two and go into our MELFFYs of the Forest. And then, this is important, we'll detach the Kit to search MELFFY tag. Next, we will use the effect of Kit, because it was sent to the graveyard, we can dump a Nerval. And then, using the effect of Nerval, we can grab a Keras. Now, because we are getting the Keras and we already normal summoned, we can just discard this Rabby here, for instance, to go into Keras. Then, using the effect of Keras, we can banish two of them, doesn't matter which, going into our Bear Brum. From here, we will link all of our monsters to go into Appaloosa. So Appaloosa has 3 negates here, and then we will use Chainlink 1 Bear Brum, Chainlink 2 MELFFY tag. MELFFY tag will bring back the Wallaby, and Bear Brum will search us our Revolt. And this is why we need an extra card just to put on the bottom of the deck. So we'll set the Revolt, and I believe this is the proper way to use your Chainlinks. So, on the opponent's turn, what you want to do first probably is use Revolt to special summon out your Shurake. It doesn't matter which materials you use for it. I guess if you're running a bigger Tri-Brigade engine, then you might want to consider summoning the Tri-Brigades. But yeah, we're gonna use 4 of our monsters to go into Shurake. And here we can use the effect of Shurake, banish one of their cards, and for instance use the effect of Nerval to grab another Keras. Again, depending on the size of your Tri-Brigade engines, you could trigger more effects here. Next, you can use the effect of Wallaby whenever they summon a monster, bouncing it back. With these you can special summon your Catty and the Puppy. And then, I think what you should do next is use the effect of Catty to add a Sealy. Then using the effect of Sealy, you can synchro summon with it and the Catty to go into your Cheerful MELFFYs. Then after that, using the effect of Cheerful MELFFYs, you'll bounce a card and then tag out the Cheerful MELFFYs for Joyous MELFFYs. And because you still have a MELFFY on the field when Joyous is on the field, whenever you bounce your Puppy, you'll be able to trigger your Joyous in order to negate one of their cards. And then Puppy can summon out a Calantosa from the deck to destroy another one. So yet again, you're ending on 3 cards in hand, 4 on the field, and the advantage this deck generates is just so crazy. Moving on to the next one. As always, the best combo ever is Chainlink 1 like, Chainlink 2 subscribe. It's not 7 interruptions as this combo, but it does help me a lot, so thanks! For this combo, we'll only be using 1 Obedience Schooled, and this card is pretty insane, honestly. Yes, it does lock you into beasts, which means no Calantosa, but you just get so much advantage out of it, and you also can protect it by Gamma, so it's a really nice card to have. With Obedience Schooled, we'll summon out a Calantosa, a MELFFY Wallaby, and a Kit. Next, we will link away the Kit and the Wallaby to go into the Ferrijit. Using the effect of Kit, we'll send a Nerval to the graveyard, and using the effect of Nerval, we'll grab the Keras. Next, we can use the effect of Ferrijit to special summon the Keras. And then using the effect of Keras, we can banish 2. to summon out our Bear Brum. From this point we can overlay Calantosa and Keras to go into our the MELFFYs of the Forest, and then we can use the effect of MELFFYs of the Forest, detaching Keras to search our MELFFY tag. Finally, we will link away the Bear Brum and the Ferrijit in order to go into another Ferrijit, and then using the effect of Bear Brum we'll pick up the Revolt and we'll shuffle whatever from our hand into the deck. We'll finish off the turn by setting tag and Revolt, and here on our opponent's turn, first of all I think we should use Revolt because we have 4 zones, so you summon anything, search anything, go into your Shureg. Then at any point after that you can use your tag, special summoning the Wallaby. Then whenever you bounce your Wallaby you can use the effect of MELFFY of the Forest to negate their card. Wallaby will summon you yet again Puppy and Catty, depending on what you might need at that point. And then you'll do the same old combo as before. Without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Now, this list is as pure as MELFFYs get, I think. I mean, it would be just wrong not to include any other engines, and like splites are coming out and those are pretty broken with MELFFYs, but I think this version embodies the spirit of MELFFYs the most. First of all, we have one Alpha, the Master of Beasts. This is searchable off of your Catty, and you might need it going second, so I included one here. You could also bump this up to 3 or just side in all 3 copies for when you're going second, but it's whatever. Triple Ash Blossom, just to have some hand traps. One Hoppier Squadron. You might think that this is outclassed by Sealy, but I believe that one Sealy and one Squadron gives you enough utility to keep playing the game, even after you've resolved the first one. Double Calantosa, this is pretty standard. Triple Catty, triple Puppy. Honestly, at this point you might consider cutting this because we have the Wallaby, but I feel like these are powerful enough standalone cards that you want to include them anyways. One Sealy, I don't think you need to run more than one, but you could consider bumping this up to 2 if you want to up your synchro count. Triple Wallaby, this is probably the strongest MELFFY right now. Triple Gamma, this is here to protect your Rescue Cats and your Obedience Schooled. Yes, if they ash your Obedience Schooled, you can chain Gamma, but afterwards you cannot go into your Omega because you're locked into Beasts, but only afterwards, so you would still be able to resolve your Obedience Schooled easily. Next one, Psychic Weed Dealer. This is here because we are running triple E-Tally, and because Gammas and Weed Dealer are psychic monsters, we can special summon them out of the deck. And this is an Earth Tuner, so we can easily go into a Nat Beast with it. And if we just want to summon out the Gamma with our E-Tally, we can overlay Gamma and another level 2 for MELFFY of the Forest, which can search us our Wallaby or whatever, so we are pretty golden on that front. Triple Rescue Cat, you saw the combo, this card is pretty busted. Double Keras, 1 Kit and 1 Nerval. You can consider upping the Tri-Brigade count. You don't have to play triple Staring Contest. I just find this card so adorable, so I had to include it as a trio. But yeah, you can just replace like 2 of these cards with more Tri-Brigade, so you have a better grind game. But look at this, look at this, how can you not play this card as 3? Okay, yeah, well, 1 Driver, triple Staring Contest. I mean, it unbreaks your hand, it's pretty good, but honestly, you don't have to play it at 3. 1 Tag, just because it's searchable, triple Obedience School and 1 Revolt. Now for some other cards that you can consider playing, triple Rescue Rabbit and MELFFY Rabby could be a good option. It's pretty funny when MELFFY Rabby stares your opponent down when you activate the Staring Contest, but I don't think it's really meta relevant. You can also consider running more of the Synchros. You can run Omega for your Gammas, you can run extra copies of Zeus, and if you're running a bigger Tri-Brigade engine, Ancient Warrior Oath, double Dragon Lord is pretty good. And yep, that's pretty much it for the suggestions. As for the extra deck, we are running 1 Cheerful, 1 Herald of the Arclight. This is the alternative to Cheerful. You can always summon this to negate your opponent's cards. 1 Nat Beast, it's pretty powerful, so why not run it? The Zeus package, this is pretty standard in almost all of the MELFFY lists. Double Joyous, double MELFFY of the Forest. I feel like you might want to run double MELFFY of the Forest because sometimes you have to use it as a link material and you cannot always return it to the extra deck, so I feel like 2 and 2 is pretty okay, but you can decide for yourself. 1 Centuria, this is just to make Zeus more easily. And as for the links, your standard Tri-Brigade stuff. 1 Appaloosa, 1 Bear Brum, double Ferrijit and 1 Shureg. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, may I suggest you watch the video I did on Vendreads, because that archetype is so amazing too. I'll see you there, bye!